Lisa from This Organic Girl here. Today I'm going to talk about the 20 benefits, the 20 pros, the 20 positives that I've discovered after 3 years of going gray. And this is why I wanted to make this video. At the beginning, as women, when we're trying to decide if we're going to go gray or not, the volume in our head is turned up really loud around all the negatives. So we're thinking, is this going to make me look older? Am I going to be ugly? Am I going to be less than? Do I have to tell my boss? What are my friends going to think? Am I going to get support? What is my family going to say? All of those negative thoughts invade our thought process, and it really makes it difficult to see this decision for what it is. So today I want to take some time to highlight not one, not two, but 20 positives that you'll experience while going gray. Okay, benefit number one, let's talk money because this is a big one. If we stop dyeing our hair at 40 and say we were to dye our hair until we were 70, that's 30 years of time and money saved, which actually ends up being over $21,000 you will save if you were dyeing your hair every 4 weeks and spending about $60, over $20,000. And the time saved, if you spend 2 hours in the chair every month for the next 30 years, will literally equal 30 days. Okay, number two, tell me if this resonates with you. You look in the mirror, you're talking to a friend, you're at a party, and all you're doing is thinking, can people see my roots? Happened to me all the time, and I knew that if I was getting close to an appointment time that my roots were showing more, I could see people looking at my hair, and it would bother me so much. And all of that mental energy, all of that overthinking, and just being bothered by, I have to make a hair appointment, I have to, get in the chair, are people staring at my roots? All of that is taken away. Okay, number three, you will see really quick how dried out our processed hair is. So every month when you get your hair dyed, they put on some sort of a gloss. If that's what you do, I usually would have her gloss my hair every other time, but it gives the illusion that your hair is healthy and shiny. I mean, my hair was always so much more shiny after I got out of the chair. When your hair starts to grow out and you stop dyeing that hair, you will see how dry and damaged it actually is, because your hair coming in, all of the virgin new hair, will be so moisturized, healthy, shiny, and in comparison, you can see the new hair compared to the processed hair, and you will be amazed at how much more healthier your new hair, your gray hair, is. Okay, next, get ready to rock cool tones. Okay, this is coming from a girl who has dark hair, olive tone skin. I never felt I could wear pinks or blush colors, even though I love those colors. Like this lipstick, for example, is kind of a hot purple. I would never wear that with my old coloring. Now my new coloring allows me to have cool tones with my gray hair, but also retain warm tones that I naturally have with my skin. And now all of a sudden I can wear any color on the rainbow and it looks good on me. Okay, next, brighten up your overall complexion. Oh my gosh, I often compare previous pictures of myself when I dyed my hair. I dyed it single process. I couldn't highlight it because it was too dark. Single process, dark hair dye, to now grown out, natural looking, silver, salt and pepper, whatever you want to call that. I put those two photos together and my old complexion looks, comparatively speaking, white, gaunt, I'm not gonna say sickly, but it was just like so stark and so forced. My now complexion, I would take it 100 times over the old one. It just looks bright, natural. It honestly has brightened up my skin tone and made my skin and my complexion look healthier and brighter. Okay, next. You won't even believe this one until it happens. So I'm putting it in here, but I fully expect you not to buy into it. But girl, just wait, because when it happens, you're gonna be like, my girl Lisa told me that would happen. Wait till you see all the people who comment on your hair. all of a sudden people are coming out of the woodwork like, oh, I really love your hair. And especially men. I have never had more men comment about my hair, of all things, in my entire life than I have had over the past couple years. Okay, next, I mentioned highlights. I could never highlight my hair because my hair was always too dark. And I did it one time, and I got those big fat highlights, and then my hair broke off because it was like so overprocessed. Speaking of that, now I have the natural highlights and the natural dimension that I always wanted, which now my hair looks so cute in a bun. It looks so cute in a ponytail. I'm not even going to talk about braids because that's like off the charts cuteness. Like, you can actually see all of the dimension and you can see all of the folds in ponytails, buns, braids. It's just, I finally have the natural highlights and that natural dimension that I always wanted. Okay, now this one's really important to me. When you go gray, you actually become a role model to other women who are thinking about going gray. And honestly, the more women who are brave and confident and put one step in front of the other and do this and take this going gray journey, pave the path for the women to follow. And I don't say that lightly. I would have never believed that it was that important in the beginning, but after blogging about this journey and after sharing my experience publicly, I have had so many women send me emails, write me DMs. I didn't know that I could do this until I saw you do this. Or me and my mom decided to go gray because we saw you do this. And I'm not out there trying to be an evangelist for going gray. I think everybody should go gray when they want to. I'm just living my life with gray hair and answering questions about it. Doing that has given so many more women permission to do the same, and that's super powerful. That is powerful enough to change the world. Okay, this next benefit is a twofer, and it's especially important to me as this organic girl. You can reduce your everyday toxic load by not exposing your scalp and your skin to those health compromising chemicals that are in hair dyes, number one. And then number two, you're not sitting in the salon for hours on end breathing in those chemicals as well via your respiratory system. Okay, along those same lines, you will notice after you stop dyeing your hair, there could potentially be less hair falling out in the shower, in your hairbrush. Some women in my Facebook group say that they stopped losing hair after they stopped dyeing their hair. You can say goodbye to the itchy scalp. You can say goodbye to the black dye under your fingernails. You can say goodbye to that dark halo circle that kind of sits there for the first 2 or 3 days after you get your hair dyed. That's all gone. Okay, this next pro was actually a huge, like, mind-blown moment for me. When I realized that I was growing out my hair and I actually liked it, like, I would look in the mirror and think, wow, my hair looks good. I was like, oh my gosh, I literally have been lying to myself for years. For years, I thought to myself, gray hair is ugly. I need to dye my roots. I don't want to let my hair go. Or I would see other women on the street and think, geez, it's time to go to the hairdresser, or she's going to dye her roots. I would think that about myself, and I would think that about other women. And all of a sudden, growing out my hair, probably around the 6-month mark, I started questioning that. And not only questioning it, I started believing the opposite. And that right there, going from believing something that was so real to me to 100% disbelieving it and believing the opposite, started me questioning everything. I wanted to know what else I had been lying to myself about. And it really led me down this huge introspective journey that I'm still on to this day. It's been a beautiful gift. Another huge pro is, in some ways, we're just stopping dyeing our hair. Like, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but when you kind of take off that mask, you start to feel different. Like, you feel 100% real. And that starts trickling into other areas of your life too. And you want to live more real. You may start to like evaluate what you have in your household, what you can let go of, what you want to keep. You may start evaluating your friendships, what you want to let go of, what you want to keep. The trickle down effect on this one can have major impact. Another huge epiphany that I had was I was actually body shaming myself. And I never identified that way. I never talked bad about myself to myself in terms of my body. I was really conscious about doing that, and I still try to be that way. But then every day I'd be waking up being like, I hate my hair. Oh my God, I gotta dye my roots. I'm like, I hope people don't look at my roots today. Oh, should I wear a hat? Should I braid my hair? What should I do? Constantly trying to cover up, trying to be something different than I normally was, and really talking to myself in a negative way about a part of my body that I hated. And that was full on body shaming. And that ended when I started to love my hair, when I decided to grow out my hair and kind of give myself a chance to see myself in a new way. And I didn't realize how much negative talk was spinning through my head until I was in the opposite end of the spectrum and I saw how much positive talk was spinning through my head. And that's when I could compare and see kind of the damage that I had done to myself in the past. You can say goodbye to that. Okay, a lot of women in my Facebook group say they also have to wash their hair less, which I believe is true too. I definitely don't wash my hair as much as I used to, but I didn't know if that was a conditioning of me not washing my hair less, which meant that I didn't have to wash my hair as much, or if that was really just kind of letting my hair grow gray and having that being a byproduct of gray hair. But I can confirm that some women do say that they do not have to wash their hair as much as they used to. Okay, I'm going to show you a before and after picture here just to emphasize my point. But going gray, I mean, listen up. Going gray can actually make you look younger. I said it, and it's true. Check this out. This is me when I got married over 10 years ago, and then this is me again 10 years later. And I personally think I look younger and better 10 years later. Okay, another benefit is an invitation to what I call the sisterhood. So you'll be in the grocery store or you'll be out and about and you'll see another beautiful woman with gray hair and you'll say something like, I love your hair, and they'll say, I love your hair too. Or you'll just smile at her and she'll smile right back at you. We see the strength in each other because we've done this, and we encourage each other to keep it up, and we acknowledge that that was hard, and we acknowledge that we're beautiful. It'll happen. It'll happen to you. You'll dole it out, and you'll take it in. Okay, last but definitely not least, you will prove to yourself that you can do something hard, and you will know that the next time you need to do something hard, that you can do it. We change our story in our head. When we tell ourselves that we can do something and we actually do it, we reinforce the fact that we're strong. We reinforce the fact that we're confident. We reinforce the fact that we can do that. And so the next time we hit a speed bump, or the next time we come into a roadblock, or the next time we get up and we have a challenging day and we feel like we just can't do it, guess what? You will be able to do it that much easier because you've done it before in the past. And that story continues to build on itself. So the more you tell yourself you can do it, and the more that you actually do it, the more that that continues. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And so if you want to do this, if this is your time to go gray, girl, do it. If it's not, that's okay too. One of my favorite quotes right now is from a woman named Marie Forleo, and she says, clarity does not come from thought. Clarity comes from action. And I truly believe that in so many ways. So Instead of sitting back and wondering and giving power to the negative thoughts that are spinning right now and seem really loud, jump in and take advantage of all the benefits that await. I mean, I just listed 20 positives, 20 benefits, 20 awesome gifts that come from going gray. And that's probably not even all of them. They're waiting for you too. Again, I'm This Organic Girl. Be sure to subscribe. I'll see you next time.